Hello, Smash Legends community. Um, some of you might know me, some of you probably don't, but I just want to make this video kind of going over the current like community drama, if you will. I don't really know if it's like super big drama, but just the situation regarding the two game modes right now, Dominion and Team Touchdown. I don't have a script for this, by the way, either, so I'm probably going to say a lot, and it's going to be kind of a messy video. But I just have a lot of thoughts in my head that I want to get out because I'm really passionate about Smash Legends, and I actually really do like both of these game modes. But I think both of them are imperfect, and that they both need work, and I think they should get the work that they deserve because they could both be really good game modes, and I think they could both coexist in ranked. But just to get started, it's really frustrating to see that TTD is being replaced with Dom in ranked. I understand that Dominion was here first, and I understand that the majority of the player base, at least the people on Discord, prefer Dominion. That's totally fair, but it's frustrating because we have given so much advice and feedback for the team touchdown mode that the devs have just refused to listen to. Because right now one of the common complaints is that maps either have too much gimmicks, like the donut map, for example, is basically just RNG on whether or not your team gets the donut and ends the game off of it. People think that the game, not even think, I mean, it's true what people say about this, the early game does not matter in Team Touchdown. Like, the first 2 minutes of Team Touchdown doesn't matter because respawns are too fast and the little payloads that you move way too slow. Like, if you kill somebody in the early game, by the time you even get the payload to a checkpoint to capture it, the enemy is already up and contesting you again. Like, they need to speed up Team Touchdown immensely. Some people think that the maps are too big. That's another common thing that I see. People want smaller maps so that you're fighting more. The maps are too big. And those are just issues with Team Touchdown. A lot of common complaints I see about Dominion, and some of these I share myself, are that Dominion needs overtime desperately. Right now, if you have two teams fighting on the point, contesting the point, and the clock hits 0 seconds, the match just ends, and whoever is currently capped wins the game. And so even if you have two teams fighting it out, and you know, like, the outcome of the match could change if they were given a little more time, the game just ends. And so Dominion just feels really coin flippy right now because, like, if you aren't holding the point at the end, it doesn't matter if you're, you know, giving it like one last fight, like your team is on the objective. The game will just end and you just get fucked. And that's just unlucky, I guess. I've also seen kind of a lot too that people want slightly bigger Dominion points, like, just not like super big, but just slightly bigger, which I also kind of agree with, just because I think that there's a lot of big ults in the game, like Flare ult, Ravi ult, Witch Queen ult, that are kind of just hard to dodge currently. It's kind of hard to play around on some of the maps because some of the Dominion points are really small. You really, like, don't have a lot of space to work with when you're trying to capture the point. And another common complaint about Dominion is just that some of the maps are either too boring, like they're just squares, and there's no, like, interesting gimmicks, or that the gimmicks are just awful. Case in point, the Zepeda map. Nobody really likes the Zepeda map, but people do like gimmicks because people love the space map, myself included. The space map is goated as fuck. It's just really fun to play on. And so those are kind of the issues that the community has with both modes, and it's just frustrating to me that the devs don't do anything to fix it. Like, Dominion is back now, but Zep map is still in the ranked pool, when the community clearly doesn't like it, and there's still no overtime. You can still have your games completely coin flipped because I guess you weren't capping the point when this clock hit 0. Unlucky. And it just sucks because the community is in this limbo right now where we're, like, fighting each other over which mode should stay, and I think both modes should be in the ranked queue. I think both modes really complement each other. Team Touchdown is more strategy oriented. It's, you know, you have the element of looking at, like, a mini map. There's elements of rotating in game. You know, you have to rotate a lot. There's matchup knowledge. You need to know, like, who can go in the solo lane, right? Like, an obvious example is if you put Ducky top versus Master Cat, you're gonna get shit on and lose the game. But it gets a lot more nuanced when you start getting put into less obvious scenarios, like who between like Ravi and Kurenai wins top. Can I influence that matchup if I roam at a certain time? Can I even find an opportunity to roam from the 2v2 lane? And then you have to know the 2v2 matchups as well. And that's not to say that like draft and stuff isn't important in Dominion, but it's just that there's much more of a focus on it in TTD because you will straight up just lose the game if you draft poorly, like if you aren't sending people to the correct lanes and stuff. So, you've got the mini map aspect, the matchup knowledge aspect. Trying to think, I'm kind of repeating things. There's a emphasis on item control in TTD as well. It's really important to control some of those items. For donut map, you basically need to know that the donut spawns at, like, I think it's 1 minute 30 seconds, and then it respawns every minute after, I think. I'm probably wrong about that. I haven't really played donut map in a while. But just the point I'm trying to make is that TTD is more strategy focused. It's more macro focused. For people like me, like I come from Dota 2 and Rainbow Six Siege. If you know anything about those games, you know that they're incredibly strategy focused. And so, naturally, I prefer TTD more as a mode. But Dominion is still fine. I like Dominion. And just talking about Dominion is more mechanic focused. It's more micro focused. It's all about fighting. It doesn't really have much in the way of strategy, but it doesn't need to because the appeal of that mode is clearly to just, get 2 teams of 3 onto a small point and have them team fight constantly. And that's fine. I really want to make it clear that, like, both sides of the community right now are valid in what they like. If you like, I don't think either game mode is better than the other. If you like TTD, if you like a more strategy focused game, you're valid in feeling that way. And if you like Dominion and you like a more fighting based game, you're valid in feeling that way. And I really think that if the devs addressed the feedback that we've been giving them regarding both modes, both of these modes could coexist in the ranked queue. Because they honestly complement each other. You have a strategy mode with minimal fighting, and then you have a fighting mode with minimal strategy. Why can't they both exist together? Why can't we just have both? I just don't get it. It really boggles my mind. And the thing I don't get too is that the game has, if people remember like the Arena Lab modes, they took them out this patch. But you had shit like the everyone was Ducky and you couldn't like transform into Swan and you could only use skill. Or there's like the Don Quixote one where I think you can also only use skill. But Smash 5 Minute Labs, they have a queue where they constantly add modes that kind of play around with the game's rules. And I don't understand why they don't utilize that queue to fix Team Touchdown and Dominion, right? Like, you could put a version of Team Touchdown in that Arena Lab queue where the objectives move, like, twice as fast, and maybe the respawn mechanics are now death-based instead of time-based. And then you could basically tell the community, all right, go play 20 go play 20 games of this Arena Lab mode where we've augmented Team Touchdown based on community feedback, and if you play like 20 games, you get like 10 gems or something, right? And then that way, the community can go and try this new version of TTD in this Arena Lab mode, and they can get rewarded for it. And then based off community feedback, right, if people like TTD with bots moving 2 times as fast, and the respawn being based on death, then the devs can implement that into the actual Team Touchdown mode, right? We can take those changes from the Arena Lab version of Team Touchdown and put them into the main mode. And then same thing for Dominion, right? If people want bigger maps, or if we want to test out like a new gimmick, if we want to like maybe rework the Zapeta map, and if we want to try Dominion with overtime, you could, put all those changes in an Arena Lab version of the game mode and then have the community play it. It's just really weird to me that like they just don't take any steps to bettering either of the game modes. And so right now, regardless of whether you like TTD or Dominion, I think we can all agree that one side of the player base is going to get shafted no matter what. And I think that just feels like shit. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, it just feels awful. Especially when, like, other game, like Brawl Stars, a game that is that Smash Legends is heavily inspired by has literally like 6 different game modes in its ranked queue. I just don't understand like why we can't have 2 in Smash Legends. I don't know. Yeah, sorry for the lack of a script. This was probably all over the place. I've had a lot of thoughts about this kind of in my head for the past few days because I'm really passionate about Smash Legends. I love this game, and I really do love both Team Touchdown and Dominion. I just think that both modes have issues, and it sucks that nothing ever gets changed about the game modes. The devs keep swapping the fucking modes around. And as a community, I think that we shouldn't be mad at each other for what people like when I think everyone is valid. I think that we should be, uniting together and being mad at the devs for not fucking fixing anything ever in this game. Smash Legends is a great game run by god-awful devs. And I think regardless of where you stand in the Team Touchdown and Dominion debate, I think we can all agree on that. Anyways, that's about it, guys. Thanks for listening. Hey guys, I'm recording this in a different session. I just have a little addendum for the video that I'm making. I just want to show off some of the issues with both of the modes. So I'm currently loading into a TTD game now with bots because I just want to show everybody, like, and people already know, but I really just want to illustrate my point, like, how slow these bots move. Because it is absurd. I really think if we sped up the bots, it would make the early game a lot more meaningful in Team Touchdown. It would make some of the early game fights just matter more. So let's just kill these bots real quick. Hopefully it goes by soon. But look how slow this is moving. What the fuck is this shit? Like, I completely understand why people don't like Team Touchdown because the bots, like, they just move so slow. By the time like I would finish pushing that to the checkpoint, any bots that I had killed would have respawned by now. Like this is absurd. This is why I really think that like the TTD bots should have double the movement speed that they do now. Because it's just, it's too much. And like, look, they're getting 4-second respawn timers. Like, it's just, why? You know? Why? Change how the respawns work. Speed up the fucking bots. I guarantee you if you did those 2 things, people would like this mode more. So yeah, I mean, that's about it, really. I just, look how slow this is. I don't get it. And I don't understand why the devs don't change anything. And then, hello guys. I'm just here now with a screenshot from a Dominion match that somebody sent in the Discord server, which I just wanted to show everyone to kind of illustrate my point on why Dominion needs overtime really badly. So you can see Red Team, they have the point captured right now, and the clock has hit 000, right? And so the game just gives them the victory, which I think is really fucking stupid, considering that there's a member of the blue team currently contesting the point. Why is it like this? No other game does this. Dude, imagine if in like a tac shooter, like if in CSGO or Valorant or Siege, if you were planting the bomb and if the round counter went to 0 seconds, it just ended. Right? Tac shooters would feel like shit to play. If you don't play tac shooters and you don't understand that comparison, don't worry about it. But it's just like, if there's somebody on the opposite team contesting and the clock hits 0, the clock should just stall, stay at 0, but don't end the match. Wait until either, Red Team knocks the guy off. Like, if Red Team knocked Zepeda off and then they capped the point, that would be fine. That would be a deserved win. But if Zepeda can somehow fucking pull off like a sick 1v2 clutch and like Flare can get back in time and they can fill up the bar and they can cap the point, then I think they should get the win, right? That's just fair. That just makes the most sense to me. This is a huge reason why a lot of people don't like Dominion. Is just it feels coin flippy. It feels like if you just get lucky and kind of have the point captured at the end, you can just cheese out free wins. And if you lose to something like this, it feels awful. It feels really bad. And I think that's basically it. I think this is going to be the last part of this video I record. I just want to end things off by saying that everyone in the community right now is valid in how they feel. I think both modes have not reached their full potential yet. And I just want the devs to address the complaints with both modes and make both modes better, with the intent that hopefully some somewhere down the line, we can have both of these modes in the same ranked queue. That's all I want. Fix the game modes so that everyone can enjoy both of them, and then put them both in the ranked queue. That's the main takeaway from this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Feel free to discuss it in the community. I really want to spark a discussion in the community with this video. I feel like we need to demand more of the devs because they're not really doing anything right now. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Have a good day.